I've been seeing the same kind of AI-generated websites everywhere, and now I'm searching for ways to make my own stand out. And I found it. Web animations can elevate your website and make it look expensive with just a prompt. And you don't have to be a motion designer to create them. Today, I'm going to cover 5 different types of web animations and give you a 3-part framework on how to prompt them. There are 5 main types of web animations you can use on your site. Once you know what they're called, it's easier to prompt your AI tool with exactly what you want rather than having it guess. Number 1, entrance-based animations. These are elements that appear just before or right after the page loads up. It can be really small, like a logo that gets subtly bigger, or it can be the flourish that opens your site. The key to make this look impressive is to keep it short and direct, and keep it moving in one direction only. Number 2, scroll-triggered reveals. Now, these are animations that come into view as the user scrolls down the page. It makes a website feel alive without creating a distraction, since the animation only happens when the user causes it. Number 3, parallax scrolling. Now, this is when background and foreground layers move at different speeds as you scroll, kind of like that Alfred Hitchcock simultaneous zoom in and out technique. Done right, and can give your website a lot of depth. But if you have too many layers, it can backfire and cause motion sickness for your visitors. One layer of parallax is usually more than enough. Number 4, hover effects. Now, these are so subtle that often we don't actually even think of them as animations. Hover effects are what happens when your cursor lands on something. Does the button change color or lift slightly? It's not flashy, but it is a web animation, and they're the small touches that make a 2D website feel more tactile. Number 5, micro interactions. These are the animated responses that happen when a user actually does something. If they click a button, submit a form, or even toggle between 2 settings. Now, hover effects are passive, while micro interactions, on the other hand, are like a visual confirmation for your user that something happened. They help your website feel more intentional. Now, vibe coding tools like Hostingers respond best to direct, specific language. But having the language is only part of the puzzle. Let me show you my exact framework for prompting web animations in AI. Context, feeling, behavior. Start by describing the context. Which section of the site do you want to have the animation in? Where does it occur in the user's journey? Then move on to the feeling you want to evoke with the animation. For example, is this a sleek corporate slide-in or a reveal that evokes a warm and handcrafted feeling? Next, describe the specific behavior of the animation. What moves, when and where does it move, and how does it move? Using the right vocabulary can help a lot. Describe the zoom scale and easing, aka how much time it takes. And then the AI picks up the familiar UX language to create your animations. When you put all of that together, it looks something like this. I've actually added it to a website I previously created so you can take a look at the animation in action. I've also added a few sample prompts and animation techniques in the description box down below, ready for you to download and add to your next hosting or vibe coding project. And if you don't have one yet, make sure to use the code HA1 for 10% off your new plan. Oh, and one more thing. Before hitting publish, ask yourself these 3 questions to make sure your website runs smoothly. Number 1, does every animation have a reason? Because if you can't explain what the motion is for, just remove it. Overkill is real. Your visitors have a goal when they arrive to your website. Any animation you add should enhance that experience. If they conflict with the main goal of your site, your visitors will leave. When in doubt, remember the 80-20 rule. 80% of your site should be flat and 20% should be animated. Too much on either side tips the scales into boring or overwhelming. Does it work on mobile? Animations built for desktop might look really different on mobile, especially small details like cursor trails or hover animations. On mobile, you don't really drag or click, you tap. So check to see if the site works in the same way, or if you need to make a few adjustments. Does it slow the site down? Now, too much animation can tank your speed, and that hits your trust signals more than no animation at all. If pages start taking too long to appear, that means you need to cut back. If you run through this checklist and everything is working well, then hit publish. Web animations can take your website from this to this. within just a single prompt. If you want to get started, the link to your AI website builder is down in the description box below, along with a couple of resources to help you prompt professional-looking animations for your site. And if you want to dive deeper into web design principles, then make sure you check out this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one.